Last night I watched the 2003 movie Uptown Girls starring Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning. I somehow avoided this movie my whole life, and it screams the early 2000s. The first thing I noticed was the push from the producers that if you're not a child, you're old. It was a huge red flag right from the get-go. In Molly's courtship of the boy, she makes light of his sobriety and abstinence and succeeds in taking him off course. Her toxic behavior is infectious, but she has gorgeous outfits. She's not the brightest, and I'm curious if anyone raised her. She's kicked out of her condo, but did the condo board raise her? I get that the movie's trying to say that childish Molly and too mature Ray need each other, but it's all just sad. Also, Ray bashes hippies several times throughout the movie, but if she continues on with Molly, she's going to end up at a Grateful Dead show eventually. My favorite quote from the movie was, "If you don't want to have a nice time with me, I'm going to have fun by myself." Like, girl, same. There was a lot of themes reoccurring. For example, they shouted out Disneyland 3 times, and Egyptian cotton sheets was a thing. Also, the concept of riding the teacups was a plot point, and it brought us back to amusement park themes. An odd thing was said by Molly that when her parents died, people started to grow fangs and have glowing green eyes. I felt like I was looking into that sentence too deep, as her dad was a rock star and my mind went somewhere dark. Then there's this whole toxic relationship with this guy. Like, I get it. Daddy issues, fear of abandonment, codependency. But girl, why is this boy controlling your emotions? It gets so bad, she fully tries to unalive herself, and I guess that's a funny joke. I realized early on that Molly had 2 major skills. 1, dealing with a troubled child, and 2, DIY outfits. I'm glad that these things played out in the end for her. Another thing I noticed was the male friend saying, "I am the Lizard King reincarnated," out of nowhere. Like, what? Honestly, this movie creeped me out. 2003 was weird. I would have been starting high school then, and my personal experience can back up that statement. They also showed pig dissection at some point, and I'm just thinking, like, what are we doing as a species? Near the end, there's this awkward scene with the friend Ingrid, who's clearly in a cult. In fact, I'd watch a movie about Ingrid. But in the scene, they're like crying and blowing their noses on the same napkin. It all felt very ritualistic to me. And then the ending, spoilers. I cannot believe that this man woos her in the end. News flash, but he sucks. He gaslit her about the jacket, then he proceeds to sing her the song she repeatedly asks him not to sing. The only saving grace of this one, aside from Brittany Murphy herself, is the interpretive ballet and girl power glitter ending. I guess the lesson is everybody needs somebody, and even though Molly really lost everything, she took it well and put in the effort.